Hello everyone, welcome to my review of set number 7256, Jedi, Starfighter, and Vulture Droid. This set released in 2005. It originally had a retail price of only $20. It has 202 pieces, and it has 1.5 minifigs if you count the R2-D2 head. Man, picking this up for $20 back in the day must have felt great, because if you want one now, it's going to cost you about $120 sealed in the box. But we're going to be going over the set and seeing if it is worth that $120 price tag now. Starting it off, looking at the box, you can see the beautiful Revenge of the Sith box art that it uses. This just looks absolutely gorgeous, and it matches with the theme of the set so well. Turning it over to the side of the box, you can see that it has the same Star Wars logo, and it actually has a picture of your interceptor opening with Anakin sitting inside. And on the top of the box, there's actually more with a picture of your Vulture droid, and it shows the Anakin that you're going to be getting in the set. And wow, moving over to the back of the box, this thing just looks gorgeous. Unfortunately, my box is a little bit messed up. As you can see, there's a piece of tape, and the last person who owned this used the thumb tab, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Let's take a closer look at some of these play features it shows you. So the first play feature we already saw on the side, it just shows that you can open the top of the interceptor and put your Anakin inside. Then on the bottom, you can see that it actually has landing gear in this set. And then moving over, it shows R2 on the side. And then on the bottom, it shows your Vulture droid. And it shows some function. And it shows some of the functionality that it has. Then the most interesting part is in the top right. Man, I wish when LEGO used to do this. It shows you some alternate builds that you can do with the set. It shows you this beautiful mech that you can make, which I know that we got to build one day. And it shows you a Starfighter that you can make in the bottom right. And then lastly, in the bottom right, it shows some other sets that were released in the same wave, with the Falcon, the X-Wing, the TIE Interceptor, and the TIE Fighter. And that's pretty much it for the box, so now let's move on to our minifigures. The first and only minifigure that we have in the set is this classic 2005 Anakin Skywalker. Now this version is exclusive to this interceptor because of that little microphone piece that he has on the face print. Other than that, he's the regular episode 3 Anakin. Now starting from the top, man, this figure is just so nostalgic. You can see that it uses the old classic hairpiece for Anakin, which I think, while not accurate, still looks pretty good. And then moving down on the face print, you can see that it is a very simple face print. He just has 2 fully black dots for eyes, and he has that microphone piece, which we already talked about. Then moving down to his torso, you can see that he has the nice Revenge of the Sith outfit on, which is very accurate to the Jedi robes that he wears in the movie. Unfortunately, no leg printing on this guy, but you can see the beautiful chrome hilt that they gave him. And you can see they did give him a black colored hand to represent the hand that got cut off by Count Dooku. Turning the figure over to the side, you can actually see that chrome hilt a little bit better. You can see how beautifully it shines in the light. But unfortunately, there's no arm or leg printing on this guy, which nobody expected because this was 20 years ago. And then on the back side, you can see his hairpiece a little bit better, but there is no back printing at all. This was very common for back in the day, but now we might be a little bit disappointed. Now moving on to the actual builds in the set. Before you even take a look at any of them, I think you can already tell that this is a lot of value that you're getting for $20. This is a great deal of a set already, at least back in the day. But let's take a look at both builds more in depth. So the first build that we're going to be looking at is the Vulture Droid. And wow, off rip, this thing looks amazing for 2005. And not to mention, it actually has a lot of functionality and playability. So starting at the head of the Vulture Droid, you can see that it has a lot of nice detailing up here. It uses a bunch of stickers to get those looks. Unfortunately, they are not printed, but that was normal for 2005. And I think it really captures the look of this. They did an amazing job. Up here, other than the nice detailing, there really is no play features or anything. It just looks amazing. And then working our way down on the back of the Vulture Droid, you can see there's 2 thrust exhausts on the back, which is just represented by a little red clear piece. Now, moving on to the actual wings. This is where all the function and playability is in this build. First of all, forgot to mention, I absolutely love this sand blue color that they chose. I think it looks amazing. And then the first functionality of the wings is that they can both be angled. So when you have him landed, you can have him in more of a closed up position. But then when it's flying, you can actually make sure that they're parallel to each other. And yeah, I'm sure you already guessed what the next feature is, but you can actually transform it from landing mode into flight mode. And wow, does this look so good. Lego did such a good job with this design, and it's just so simple. This is the best Vulture droid for play. This thing is super sturdy, super easy to fly around, and it has some really nice functionality. And honestly, just this overall, I would pay $20 for. So the fact that you get this interceptor on top of that is pretty nuts. Here is the interceptor. Man, this thing looks amazing for 2005. This is one of the most perfectly aged builds I've ever seen. Starting off at the wings, the one big flaw that I see is that there's no printing on the outside of this piece, which I think makes it look pretty bare, and I think that's one of the worst spots on the ship. But flipping it over, there actually is a sticker on the underside. I just wish that they could have given them one on the outside as well. And moving a little bit back, you can see that it uses the really nice Republic insignia, which is actually printed, which is amazing for 2005. And I think it just looks absolutely amazing on this piece. And it's really funny that they could do this perfectly on a $20 Interceptor back in 2005, but they can't do it on a $650 UCS Venator. Not to be nitpicky though, there's another sticker detail which is supposed to represent some vents on the wings, which looks really good. And then moving forward, you can see that there's a small blaster on the side. And then moving forward, you can see the nice shaping that they got on the wings, which is really accurate to the movie. And they used another nice sticker piece. The only problem with the sticker piece is it was kind of hard to align with the other one, but eventually I got it. And then the last thing for the wings is you can see the nice blaster on the inside, which looks really good. And then moving to the other side, pretty much every single thing on this is the same, except that you have an R2 head right there. You can see him sticking out. Unfortunately, there's no place to put his body or anything, and it doesn't come with it like the newer Interceptors, but that's acceptable. And then there's another printed piece up front. Now flipping the model over, I just want to give you guys a good look at this beautiful landing gear. So when it's folded up, you can barely even tell it's there. And you can fly the Interceptor without a clue what's under there. But then when you're ready for it to land, all you do is just pull each leg out and then fold down the little foot piece. And then there's actually a third point of connection back here with you open this up and this little foot piece folds out. And just like that, your landing gear is deployed and you can put the Interceptor on it. And I really like the nice angle that it sits at. I think it looks amazing and it looks really good on display. And last but definitely not least is the cockpit. This is arguably the best part of the ship. So starting off, you have the nice printed cockpit piece. It is the same design and piece that they use for Interceptors nowadays. That just shows how well this piece really has held up. So to open it, it opens just like any other Interceptor. You just need to grab it and fold it back. And wow, look at that interior. I was actually shocked when I saw this because Interceptors nowadays don't even do this. But on the inside of the Interceptor, you can see that there is a normal seat for your minifig. And all you need to do is put them in there and they fit perfectly. And they actually have control panels on the inside. You can see that there's two sticker pieces that represent multiple control panels. And he even has a joystick in the middle, just like in the movie. Wow, I was shocked when I learned this. This is just absolutely exceptional for 2005, especially when nowadays the inside of Jedi Interceptors is nothing. So I was super hyped when I figured this out, and wow, way to go 2005 Lego, man. They really had their stuff together. Really, the only flaw that I found with this whole set is that there's nowhere to put Anakin's lightsaber when he is flying in there, unfortunately, but that's really it. Now, overall, as much as I love this set, $120 for a Jedi Interceptor is a tough pill to swallow. I think that if you want a nostalgic kick and you love the 2005 Anakin, then this set is 100% worth the pickup. Even for that high price, this set is amazing for 2005. I think the Vulture droid is absolutely perfect and they could not get it better nowadays even if they tried. And while the Interceptor isn't as good as some of the new ones nowadays, it has some amazing features that even the new ones don't. And not to mention, you get that classic Anakin with the chrome hilt. So overall, I would give this set a 9 out of 10. That might be the nostalgia bias, but honestly, I just love this set. I think that for the $20 retail price, this was insane value. And even for $120 today, I still don't think it would be a bad pickup. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I post videos every Monday and Friday, so stay tuned for those. And please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll see you in our next video.